From Veterans Memorial Stadium in Quincy, Dimension 36 presents high school football action as the Wildcats of Weymouth High play the things that comfort you. Good evening, everyone. I'm Mark Desharm. I'll call you play-by-play. The Wildcats looking to turn things around, get back into the wing on a President's football team, which has also had some tough times this year as the Wildcats and the President squaring off in what is going to be a very interesting battle, because these two teams, as I said, searching for something, get back in the right frame of mind, as both these teams have just winning the season. They had all the great expectations, but we throw those out. The second half of the season is going to be fun for them as they both look to try to get things turned around tonight. And prior to the game, I talked to a Weymouth High coach, Joe Kelly, and I asked him, with the frustrating losses as of late, does he feel that there's a possibility that his team might be a little down heading into tonight's game and in the second half of the season?
Joe Weymouth will toss the coin. There's the toss. Weymouth will call.
About set to start here at Veterans Memorial Stadium, and really a very quiet crowd as far as the Weymouth-Quincy game does go. 2 years ago, it was an outstanding crowd. Weymouth and Quincy here at the stadium as Michael Taylor to kick off. Quincy winning the toss, and he squibs it. No DeBona on the fly. DeBona gets it out to about the 39-yard line. Excellent field position for the President, as DeBona fielded it on the short hop and took off at the right seam and get it out to the 39. The President, who started with Robbie Kane, who was a wide receiver at quarterback, but Kane got switched back to his natural position, wide receiver. Bogan and DeBona are two excellent running backs in the Quincy offensive line.
For Quincy, we have
a big offensive line, averaging about 235 per person. DeBona on the pitch, trying to cut it up outside, and gets about 3 as he crosses the 40 to about the 42. And Adam Good on the stop on the Wildcat defense, which at times you will see 3 linebackers in there, with Brian Scott also at a linebacking position. And the defensive backs for the Wildcats, as on second down and 6. Clifford in motion, and we run the trap play. Getting about 3 will be Dave Bogan, as Bogan gets it out to about the 46-yard line. It'll be 4 down and about 3, as Bogan, the younger brother of Mark Bogan, who had an outstanding career at Quincy High, as Mark right now playing football at Curry. Dave also a solid running back as well. 3rd and 3. Presidents will try to keep the ball on the ground for the most part in this game, as Bogan in motion, and DeBona makes a nice cut and gets it out to midfield and a 1st down, as he just brings it into Weymouth territory. And Joe Donovan, along with Brian Scott, in on the tackle. Quincy just will come at Weymouth with the power, and they have been successful in getting the 1st down on their first possession.
Weymouth 49.
Look at the Quincy offensive line. The smallest person is the center, Nutley, and he is 195. All the rest of the linemen go at least 235 in that line. And the toss pitch, Bogan. Taylor strings it out, and then Jimmy getting some help in bringing down Bogan as he gets about a yard on the play. As a group of Wildcats were out there, Jimmy Taylor able to string the play out and get a little help from his friends in making the stop. The Wildcats flexing different looks. Quincy, you can look at Brian Scott, more or less playing a stand-up end. He'll drop back as a linebacker. As the flip out to Robbie Kane, and Kane trying to get outside to the sidelines. Kane heading down and will score. Robbie Kane, who's got tremendous speed, got the little flip outside and headed down the sidelines. Nobody picked him up, and Kane does 48 yards for the touchdown And the Presidents march 61 yards on their first possession. And Noel DeBona will try to add point number 7 for the Presidents. And the Presidents go 61 yards on their first possession to take a 7-0 lead with 7:32 to go, first period. Quincy High goes 61 yards on their first possession. Robbie Kane just right down the near sidelines. A little flip, and Quincy on top, 7-0. Noel DeBona to kick off for the Presidents. Strike quickly. It's Quincy marching easily, and the kick is bobbled and taken by Kersey, and he gets it out to the 43-yard line, and the Wildcats will start there offensively. And the Wildcats offensively, some changes. You're going to look at some new people, and as far as backs and receivers go, Roy Ward in the lineup, as well as Ely Pierce. As Wildcats trying to find the right combination to get things going. First down, Wildcats from their own 43. Stanton has his pass deflected. Pierce makes the reception, and then Ely gets knocked down at the line of scrimmage as the pass was deflected by the Presidents. The 72, Mike Feely, get his hands on it as you look at the President defense. And then Pierce with a nice recovery to make the catch and try to make something of it. No gain on the play, 2nd and 10. And Stanton has trouble with the snap and goes down. And the Wildcats offensively not off to a good start. But a marker down. And when Stanton was brought down, apparently a face mask on the President, so the Wildcats do get a little relief from the tough start.
5 yards.
And it'll be 2nd down and 5 on the face mask, an inadvertent one, and bringing down Mark Stanton. The way the Wildcats' vision never stopping this one. On 2nd and 5 from the 37-yard line. Donovan on the toss pitch. Joe gets spun down by Noel DeBona. As DeBona got him by the ankles and brought him down at the 38-yard line. 3rd down for the Wildcats as Donovan put out in the play. 3rd and about 4 to go. And the Wildcats trying to get something going here to start the game. 6 minutes to go, first period, and Quincy marched 61 yards on their first possession. And it has a 7-0 lead. Stanton zips one low, intended for Roy Ward, as Ward was in front of the linebacker, Bogan. But Stanton just zipped it right in front of his receiver, and it'll be 4th down. And the Wildcats' first possession, not exactly something to write home about, and Mark Stanton will stay in to punt. Last 2 games between these teams have been unbelievable football games, both decided late. Stanton rides out a kick that will come up to DeBona at the 23. DeBona runs away from people, and DeBona, far sidelines, gets it out to about the 45. He just ran by 2 Wildcats.
Number 55. First down for Quincy on their own 44.
Coming out in the best of shape and to begin this one. President's first down, 5:34 to go, and the Wildcats, they've got to get something to give themselves some confidence. firing deep. Kane is wide open, and Kane scores! Kane from Bartlett, and the Presidents lead 13-0 as Kane just got behind the Wildcat defense. And now Dubana will try to add the extra point as the Presidents have come out and just hit 2 quick strikes on the Wildcats. 5:24 to go. First period has been Quincy starting out in fine shape with 2 touchdowns by Robbie Kane. Quincy quick strike offense so far. Robbie Kane, 57-yard pass from Mike Bartlett. And the Presidents with a 14-0 lead as they've headed their way right from the first 4 minutes of this one. Wildcats just let Robbie Kane get behind them, and they have got to know about Robbie Kane after all the years they have dealt with him. And Taylor on the kickoff to the 26-yard line. It's Michael. And the Wildcats got to get something going. But you look at the situation, Quincy, Robbie Kane is somebody that the 2 years that Weymouth has dealt with. And somebody that they should be well familiar with. He has got exceptional speed. 2 years ago as a sophomore. As Stanton on the roll. Stanton. Deep. Fernandez with a catch. Unbelievable! We might have a shootout, folks. Stanton to Fernandez in traffic, and Manny makes the catch and takes it for the touchdown, 74 yards. Unbelievable. Michael Taylor will try to make it a 14-7 game. Didn't even play 5 minutes, and this is, look at all the appearances of a shootout. As Taylor drills it through, 5:03 go, first period. Quincy 14, Weymouth 7. It has been wild so far. If anybody went and got a hot dog and was stuck in line, they've missed 3 touchdowns in the space of 5 minutes, as Weymouth getting on the board with the Fernandez touchdown. As Michael Taylor to kick off. Kane, it's almost like to say it's his turn, but Kane will not get the opportunity to break it loose as Jimmy Taylor cut him off at the 38-yard line. First and 10, the Presidents at the Wildcat defense. A situation where they got to get themselves back in gear. They have had an excellent year so far, but to begin this game, they've been zapped with 2 big plays by Robbie Kane, a 48-yard run on a little flip back by Mike Bartlett. Kane turned up the near sidelines and went all the way, and then Bartlett fired a deep bomb down the far sidelines as Bogan crosses the 40 out to the 42-yard line. Hugh Cunningham on the tackle along with Joe Donovan. Gain of 3, second down and 7. Presidents getting those 2 big plays. The Wildcats coming back with one of their own. As Fernandez, in the midst of a crowd, pulled down a Stanton pass for the touchdown to bring him back in the game. Noel Dubana trying to go off his right tackle. Dubana gets it out to the 44-yard line. Taylor, Donovan, and Good all over there to make the tackle. And it'll be 4 and about 4 for first down. You're an offensive football fan. So far, you've had it your way. There's been a little bit of excitement to begin this game with 3 touchdowns in the first 5 minutes. 3rd down, and the toss pitched. Cabana gets outside, gets the first down into Weymouth territory at the 49-yard line. Adam Good and Jay Wilson bring him down. The Presidents
For Quincy at the 49 of Weymouth.
able to move the football here in the early going and move it easily. Cool night, but an excellent night for football here at Veterans Stadium, and Vinitsky almost offsides. Cabana straight through, gets about 7. Ward brings him down as Cabana just right through the middle, following Nutley and Fernald. Going through with no problems on that run. 2nd down and 2.
Come on, you ever heard of a blitz?
And 2nd and 2. Bartlett looking deep down the middle. Kane with a catch inside the 10, down to the 3-yard line. Manny Fernandez in the coverage, but Kane got behind him. And Robbie Kane has had a quarter that he'll long remember. And the Presidents are on the doorstep, increasing the lead. 1st and goal at the 4. Robbie Kane is just getting behind the Weymouth defensive backs. Straight up the middle for the touchdown goes Bogan. Dave Bogan straight up the middle, and the Presidents just roll down the field and increase the lead to 20-7 with 2:14 to go in the first period, as they have just hit it easy here in this first quarter. Noel DeBona will try to make it a 21-7 game. The Wildcats are offsides, and DeBona and the Presidents will possibly take the yardage on the kickoff. And that is what they intend to do. And Fight On Presidents has been played times here in the first period. 21-7 Quincy. Noel DeBona has had a lot of opportunities to kick off here in the first period. As the Presidents go 61 yards again, and the Wildcats
Taken by
get their backs against the wall as they start at the 29-yard line. Robbie Kane
Number 56 on the tackle.
is 48-yard touchdown run, a 57-yard pass reception, as well as a 39-yard pass reception in the first period. 144 yards of offense for Robbie Kane.
First down, 29.
He scored 2 touchdowns and set up a 3rd. And the reverse is fumble. Fernandez in trouble. Manny trying to turn the corner, and Manny's in trouble, and he'll just head out of bounds. And Joe Donovan went to hand off to Manny Fernandez. Manny and Joe just could not get the handoff straightened, and the play loses. Back to the 14-yard line. 15 yards lost in the play. 2nd and 25, and what a first quarter for the Wildcats. One good play, the long touchdown pass to Fernandez. Other than that, it has been a quarter that they would love to forget. Stanton over the middle. Donovan can't get away. Joe gets it out to the 20-yard line. Kavanaugh, outstanding linebacker, make the tackle. Third down for the Wildcats. They need 19. It's been a very crazy first quarter. One of the crazier ones we have had in a long time. Stanton. Deep downfield. And a little too far for Fernandez. As Fernandez looked like he was going to run under him, but it was just a little too much on it. By Stanton, fourth down. Not much to cheer about here in this first quarter. Stanton the kick for the Wildcats. Quincy looked like they're going to come after Stanton. And Mark rides out a kick under pressure. But Kane will just die and get away from. And down at the 39. First down for the Presidents there. Presidents first and 10. Toss pitch high. Brogan corrals it. Turns the corner nicely. Donovan brings him down after an excellent gain out to the midfield stripe. Brian Scott also helped them out. It's Quincy just doing whatever they want here in this first period. 39 seconds left.
Take over the middle.
Quincy.
We want a dig takeoff. The dig man's wide open.
Has had no problems here in this first half moving the football.
Go back.
Straight ahead. And a whole group of Wildcats are there to meet Brian Clifford. It's Clifford. What about a yard on the play? Second and 9. It's the middle of the Wildcat defensive line.
1 yard gain.
There to block it up. And we might have time for one more play here in this first period. And we will not have the final one more play.
In the first quarter,
A weird, wacky first period. Quincy having a great game from Robbie Kane. He's the reason they lead 21-7 after 1. Second quarter about to begin. You look at the first quarter numbers, and most of those, as far as Quincy goes, belongs to Robbie Kane. Kane, 144 total yards in that opening quarter, and a 21-7 Quincy lead. President's second and 9 from the 49. Kane coming around on the toss pitch. Kane gets away, heads to the far sideline. Jay Wilson brings him down. Flag down on the play, however. Robbie Kane got away from the initial tackle and broke it for good yardage inside the 35 to the 34-yard line, holding Quincy, however. The Wildcats, what a frustrating first quarter. Plays have been there for Weymouth in that opening quarter for good yardage. They do have the touchdown for Fernandez. The fact of the matter is, they have not stopped the Presidents yet. The holding penalty might help them in doing just that on this possession. Bartlett on the draw. DeBona gets away from Papa Christos, but only is able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Papa Christos had DeBona, but never just wrapped up the package. Third down, and Quincy needs 19. The Wildcats got to come up with a defensive stop. Try to give themselves defensively something that they can emotionally hang their hats on, so to speak, as it's been a first half so far, which they have not got anything to write home about. As Bartlett over the middle, and the Wildcats put the defensive pressure on Robbie Kane with the passes behind them. Roy Ward and Shane Wilson was there to lay the lick on Robbie Kane and make him pay for going over the middle, and it'll be 4th down for the Presidents. Dave Bogan, the punt for the Presidents. And Fernandez. Burns will wait the kick. Check out Michael Taylor as Taylor gets tripped up from behind as Taylor tried to come to the near sidelines. Robbie Kane brought him down at the 28. 1st down for the Presidents, or the Wildcats at their own 28, but the Presidents with excellent pursuit.
1st down at the 28.
8:32 to go, first half. Quincy 21, Weymouth 7. Has been the Robbie Kane show so far. As he has scored 2 touchdowns and set up another. Stanton decides to run. Stanton ducks under. Mike Cavanaugh at the 34-yard line. As Mark got as much as he was going to get on that play. Stanton gets 7 on the play. 2nd down and 3 as Stanton smartly, when he saw that Cavanaugh was closing in, tucked the ball under his arm and just went down. 2nd and 3 for the Wildcats.
See, Roy's getting a great block. Tackle.
Toss pitch. Donovan. And he is close to a 1st down as Joe is brought down by Noel DeBona, but Joe does have a 1st down and gets it out to the 38. 1st down Wildcats.
That's right.
1st down for Weymouth at their own 38.
Situation where they could get something, start moving the football, and get themselves back into this game, trailing 21-7.
7:24 remaining in the first half.
Stanton, and whistle stopping play and illegal procedure on the Wildcats. At the top of the screen, there was some movement by the Wildcats.
Illegal procedure, 5-yard penalty against Weymouth.
Weymouth giving away 5 yards on the procedure. So it'll be 1st and 15 for the Wildcats from the 33.
Chip right.
It's the Wildcats with 6:48 and counting in the first half. In a situation, they had the 1 play to Fernandez. The other 2 possessions, they made mistakes and ended up kicking the football away. Stanton can't avoid the pressure as he is rolled out of bounds at the 41-yard line. There's Mark.
Driven out of bounds by Paul Calari.
A little slow in getting up as Paul Calari, the right defensive end,
Right. Wing back middle.
cut off Stanton and wouldn't allow him to throw the pass.
Pirouette. Chip right, pirouette. Go, Weymouth. Get it up.
2nd down for the Wildcats, 16 as Stanton loses 1 on the play. It's Quincy. He's putting a lot of pressure on Weymouth.
Now, you want to get 10%.
Stanton zips 1 out, complete. Fernandez gets away. And Manny goes out of bounds at the 46-yard line as Manny made a nice catch and turned it up nicely. But Manny just could not pull away completely as he was pushed out of bounds. It'll be 3rd and 2 for the Wildcats. It's Weymouth looking to move the football once again. It has been a matter of big plays here in this first half. Quincy's had 3 big plays, the Wildcats 1. That's why they lead by 2 touchdowns. Fumbled snap, Stanton has trouble, and Stanton gets it back to the 45-yard line. He loses one on the play. It's Mark possibly pulled away from the center a little too quickly. 4th and 3. Interesting decision. Doug Vinitsky comes in. Wildcats appear to be kicking the football. It's Vinitsky, the line snapper for the Wildcats.
Max Stanton back to punt. Cabana and King are deep.
Bobby Kane, Noel DeBano await the kick, and Stanton, low snap, rides out a high kick, and DeBano says a fair catch, and he takes it at the 27.
Quincy first down at the end, 27.
Wildcats hurting themselves on 3rd and 2 as Mark Stanton had trouble with the snap, and Presidents end up getting the football because Wildcats stopped themselves. 21-7, Quincy with the lead. Toss pitch. DeBona trying to get outside, gets away from Lynn Campbell, but he can't get away from Joe Donovan and Jay Wilson. 4-yard run by DeBona. He was able to slash his way out to the 31, 2nd down and 6. .4:14 to go first half. Clifford in motion. Bogan almost gets stripped of the football by Papa Christos. George slowed it up. Cunningham able to wrap up the play. 3rd and 6. There's no gain on the play. Or check it a yard on the play. 3rd and 5. Third and 5, and power I, or check it I formation. And the President's moving, cost them 5. It'll be 3rd down and 9 now. 3rd and 9. DeBona in motion. Bartlett, quick pass, and I do not know who he was throwing it to. Sean McCardle apparently was the intended receiver. McCardle get cut down at the line of scrimmage on the play. And Bartlett just threw it to the area and was fortunate that there wasn't a Wildcat defensive back there. Bogan the punt. And with 2:56 to go in the first half, the Wildcats would like to get good field position and get themselves back in. Fernandez fumbles the punt. Quincy has got it. Robbie Kane, who else tonight? Manny Fernandez just had trouble fielding the punt, and Robbie Kane right there. And Robbie Kane is looking like he is all world in this game.
Right now, tell Manny,
Wildcats just giving him every opportunity to make him look like that as Bartlett going deep and overthrows. Why not? Kane's had a night and a half. Why not see if he can go to him one more time and increase the lead?
Tell him no. Big.
Second down, Bogan gets about 3. George Papachristos, Shu Cunningham in on the tackle. And it'll be third down and 7.
George Papachristos.
So the Wildcats, an opportunity. If they had fielded the punt, Fernandez did not pick it up, misplayed the punt. Third and 7. Toss pitch, marker down, DeBonnet in trouble. DeBonnet will go down for a loss. Jim Taylor strung the play out. Brian Scott, George Papachristos finished the play off. Penalty will be on Quincy for an illegal procedure. Wildcats will decline it. And it'll be 4th down. The Wildcats will decline the penalty, and the Wildcat defense, after a very, very rough start, settling down.
Just knocked him over. He's outside.
Bogan the punt. And nobody dropping back for the Wildcats. Bogan just puts it straight up in the air. Kane, about the only thing he has not done right in this game. And the Wildcats will have it on the 20 with 1:28 left. Quincy scoring on their first 3 possessions because of big plays by Rocky Kane. First down, Wildcats. From the 20. And Kersey gets about 8 on the play as he's dropped down by Bogan. Second down and 2 for the Wildcats. Ample up as far as taking their time. And Jim Taylor dinged up. Camera view. Taylor walked off. He did not know where he was going. Wildcats will have to restart the play because the officials wanted to make sure that Jim Taylor was off the field to play. Kersey. Good yardage. Kersey to the midfield, and he is brought down. And something the Wildcats did not have last week with Steve Kersey. In his first 2 runs, he gains 30 yards. And Weymouth will spend the timeout. Mark Stanton got his first touchdown pass of the year. It's Manny Fernandez. Screen, Roy Ward. Ward slips away from one tackle, and is only able to get 3 as Fernald brought him down. And Weymouth will spend the timeout as Ward could not turn it upfield. As Steve Provost, familiar name to Quincy fans over the years, with the tackle, and Weymouth with a timeout. Second down and 8, 20 seconds to go first half, 21-7, and Weymouth will have second and 13. And the yardage, or the time, 4 seconds went off the clock, and it should be put back on the clock. Legal procedure on Weymouth. 4 seconds went off the clock on the play. The Wildcats broke a little too soon. Second down and 12, but the time left in the first half is the key right now, and the Wildcats trying to get something to go in the halftime. Only down about 7 as Fernandez does not hang on to the Stanton pass. Third down. And 12 for the Wildcats. And the clock says 11 seconds to go, first half. Presidents getting the big plays. Robbie Kane catching a 57-yard touchdown pass, running 48 yards for a touchdown. Caught another 49-yard pass that set up a Bogan 3-yard touchdown run. And that has been the story so far. Stanton has trouble with the snap. Stanton deep over the middle. And it's intercepted by Noel DeBona. DeBona trying to find an avenue and will be cut down. As Stanton, in losing the snap, just could not get himself focused, and he overread through on their first 3 possessions, lead 21-7 as they kick off to begin the second half. And the Wildcats. Michael Taylor, excellent return out to the 41-yard line, and that's where the Wildcats will start the second half. There's the Wildcats trying to figure out what had hit them, and actually what hit them was the fact that Robbie King got open, made the plays, and that's the reason why Quincy with a 21-7 lead as we begin the second half. Kersey gets about 1, maybe 2. As Steve brought down by Mike Cavanaugh and Sean McConnell as the right side of the Quincy defensive line locked up. The opportunity for Kersey, who on his first 2 runs gained 30 yards. Second and 8 for the Wildcats as they try to get things going here in the second half, trailing 21-7. Stanton. Complete. Fernandez. And Fernandez in the Quincy territory. Marker down in the backfield, however. As that play might be wiped out. Excellent pass by Stanton Fernandez, and Fernandez turning it up nicely. But Weymouth holding
against Weymouth.
And the Wildcats killing themselves. There's been a situation in this game where every time Weymouth starts to do something for themselves positively, they hurt themselves with a mistake. And it's been a situation all year, and the fact is that's why the Wildcats at the present time are 1-4. The mistakes that they have made have been very, very bad ones at the right times. Stanton under pressure. Mark gunning it deep downfield. And on the jump ball, DeBona and Pierce battle. Really played it well as playing it like a defensive back and knocking it away from Noel DeBona. And it'll be 4th down for the Wildcats as Eli Pierce made a very nice play to prevent an interception. 4th and 19. Stanton just heaved it downfield, hoping that somebody was open. And the Wildcats did not get the reception like they did the first time when Manny Fernandez in the traffic made a remarkable play. And just catching it in traffic and turning it upfield for the touchdown. Stanton, screen. Donovan trying to look for the blockers to form. Joe gets chopped down at the 36 as he went across field. As he is brought down by Paul Kalahi. And number 82 just would not let Joe Donovan turn it upfield, and the Wildcats hurt themselves with a holding penalty on their first possession of the second half, and will have to kick the football away.
Left-handed will punch.
Stanton the kick. And he rides out a high kick. DeBona makes the reception, and it wasn't exactly the most picturesque reception of a punt. DeBona just caught it and went down to the turf. It was almost like it was a lead ball he was catching. So Quincy will have the football for their first possession in the second half. And after the first three possessions, Quincy really kind of struggled in moving the football. It's Mike Bartlett. On the reverse, Robbie Kane trying to hit outside. Kane will get rolled out of bounds at about the 33-yard line and add 15 more for a face mask. As Robbie Kane, when he was dropped, got grabbed by the face mask and the Wildcats. Coach Joe Kelly pleading the case. They say it's a late hit. And Coach Joe Kelly is saying that Kane was heading out of bounds. It was hit while he was inbounds. Wildcats just making mistake after mistake. The Presidents with the football at midfield, 1st and 10 there. Noel DeBona getting away. DeBona brought down by Manny Fernandez at the 42-yard line. 8 yards for DeBona on the run, 2nd and 2. But DeBona was able to accelerate, which he has been able to do so far in this game, is he just glides to the hole and didn't just accelerate from the initial pursuit of the Weymouth tacklers. 2nd down and 2 for the Presidents. 1st down run, Dave Bogan to the 45-yard line. Adam Good had him on and was able to bring him down along with Joe Donovan. The Wildcats. The present time with 6:52 and counting left in the third period. Have got to stand tall here because they are in deep trouble of seeing this one slip away completely. Good. Chopping down DeBona, the line of scrimmage. As Adam just knifed through and made the stop. It's a situation right now where Quincy is going to try to punish Weymouth with their ground game and grind it down the field. And the Wildcats have got to slow the Presidents down and trying to get things turned around for themselves. Bartlett, pitch to DeBona. DeBona getting about a yard, maybe 2. As the Wildcats, Adam Good made the tackle. As the Wildcats stretched it out very nicely, Mike DeVincentis had a chance of getting DeBona, but couldn't finish him off. And Adam Good was able to wrap up DeBona. 3rd and 8. In a big situation for the Wildcats. They need to come up with a stop. And some movement. Doug Vanetsky pleading that a Quincy lineman moved as he came across. And they're going to say that Vanetsky was the one that went offsides.
5 yards.
And a big mistake for the Wildcats is apparently nobody moved in the Quincy offensive line, and 3rd and 3 situation. We'll see if it comes back to haunt the Wildcats, the penalty. DeBona brought down from behind by Donovan. And Fernandez also there along with Jim Taylor. And DeBona getting a first down to the 23. And the penalty is a big one. As the Presidents able to keep the drive alive. And 2 penalties have enabled Quincy to just move the football here in this possession. Face a personal foul and a legal procedure penalty have really just helped Quincy move the football as Bartlett flip to a wide open Clifford, and if he just dropped it a little bit easier, Clifford would have been in the end zone celebrating. Second and 10. And 4:31 to go, 3rd period. Quincy doing what they want to begin on this drive, but they've been aided by 2 penalties that the Wildcats, with the personal foul and the legal procedure on the 3rd and 9, a check it offsides on the 3rd and 9. It set up a short situation with DeBona get the first down run. It's Bartlett on the draw. Bogan gets slowed down and brought down by Adam Good, as Adam, along with Joe Donovan, have been very busy here in this 3rd period and slowing down Quincy running backs. As a Quincy player shaken up to take a break with 4:18 to go, 3rd period, 21-7 in favor of the Presidents. 4-3. Mark Nutley was the injured player, and he unfortunately had to be carted off in an ambulance. As Nutley hopefully is all right, as Bartlett completes it. But Clifford gets away and down to the 1. As Bartlett just flipped it out there, hoped that Clifford was there, and he got it to Clifford. First and goal, Quincy. A situation where Clifford, who was open 2 plays prior, and Bartlett didn't get him the football, and Quincy just came back to it. And the Presidents looking to add to a 21-7 lead.
First and goal at the 1.
You can almost look at a situation too as DeBona or Clifford didn't get it on the pass play, so Coach Jack Raymond decides to go to him on the running play, and he scores. And with 3:24 to go, 3rd period, Quincy has increased it to a 27-7 lead. Clifford just straight ahead for the touchdown. And the Presidents, Noel DeBona, will try to make it a 28-7 game.
Noel DeBona will kick.
DeBona nails it. Presidents scoring in their first possession of the second half lead, 28-7. Touchdown drive for the Presidents, and it was spurred by a couple of penalties in Weymouth as the Wildcats just allow Quincy to move downfield as Michael Taylor gets almost separated from the football and recovered, but Taylor was also on the ground. But then again, we've had a play this year or two that looked like the player was down.
And Mike Cavanaugh to the 53.
Penalty or the fumble. It's still ruled.
You gotta take them on next year too, right?
Wildcats
I'm coming
Just
into
have
your
not
class next year.
been in this game, so to speak. They've made the mistakes constantly. As Stanton drills one to Ely Pearson, who dropped it. Ely Pierce was wide open, and Pierce just simply dropped the football. Second and 10 for the Wildcats. With 3:14 to go, third period, and Quincy in control, 28-7. Stanton in trouble, rolling away from Fernald. Still trying to get it away, just heaving it downfield. And incomplete. Robbie Kane nearly had the interception, as Manny Fernandez just waited for the football to come to him, and Robbie Kane almost came up with the interception. And one of the first rules in any sport is come to the ball. And Manny Fernandez just did not come to the ball. He let the ball come to him, and it enabled Robbie Kane to close right to the football and almost come up with the interception. Third and 10 for the Wildcats, and Stanton on the roll. Complete Ely Pierce midfield and into Quincy territory, as Robbie Kane brings him down, but Ely Pierce pulled in that reception and gets a first down for the Wildcats.
First down for Weymouth at the Quincy 48.
The plays have been there for the Wildcats. The execution has not been there. It's Mark Stanton and Ely Pierce combining for that first down to keep the Wildcats with the hands on the ball. Stanton, Donovan wide open. Donovan inside the 35 and down to the 32-yard line, where he's brought down by Dave Brogan.
Dave Brogan is a tackle with the 42.
First and 10 Wildcats, as back-to-back passes by Stanton to Pierce, and then Donovan get them the first down. 2:15 and counting left in the third period. President 28, Wildcats 7. Stanton goes down at the 34.
John Green on the tackle.
Mark waited, couldn't find anybody open, and then he just had to eat the football. The pocket just broke down on him. Jeff Burrell swallowed him up for a loss of 1, second and 11. 1:30 to go, third period. Weymouth needs something. If they can go in the fourth period down 2 touchdowns, with Stanton's ability to throw the football, they get a chance. Jump pass, Donovan doesn't hang on. Joe was open, as Joe Donovan had an opportunity to turn it upfield, get about 7-8 yards. Like Kavanaugh was on his back, but Donovan would have just had an opportunity to get the 7 or 8 yards. And set up like 3rd and 2 situation. Instead it'll be 3rd and 11. With 1:14 to go, third period, 28-7 Quincy. Stanton zips one complete. Fernandez sidesteps a couple of cornerbacks and gets it to about the 22-yard line. Provost brings him down, as Robbie Kane couldn't bring down Fernandez initially, but it will be close as far as the situation goes. Could be about inches away. First down, Weymouth. It was interesting to see what the call would be as far as the first down goes. But credit Manny Fernandez with a very nice move after the reception. Manny turned it upfield, getting away from Robbie Kane, and then Provost had to bring him down. Kersey deep back in the eye on first down. Steve slicing through. Kersey inside the 15 down to the 14, and Atsamoya. It's a late hit by the Presidents.
Mike Kavanaugh, number 53.
As Dave Bogan came crashing in, but Kersey was already to the
Billy Marker, personal foul against Quincy.
And the Wildcats will get a first and goal inside the 10. It's at the 7-yard line.
Now for Weymouth, at the 7.
Weymouth can come up with something here. They're in good shape. Heading into the fourth quarter, they'll have to come up with a big defensive stand. Stanton rolls. Stanton trying to get away. Mark in trouble. What a block he got as the pass caught at the 1. Jimmy Taylor with the reception on the final play of the third period. What a block that Mark Stanton got. And the Wildcats will have second and goal. And that will come in the fourth period so far. Robbie Kane having the big first half. Wildcats trying to match Robbie Kane's first half performance and get themselves back into the game. Second and goal. About a foot away. Donovan, touchdown. Joe Donovan straight ahead, just dived in for the touchdown. And the Wildcats down by 15. May go for the 2. It's Joe Donovan with his first touchdown since the Silver Lake game. And the Wildcats with their most points since the Silver Lake game. 28-13, the Wildcats just needed 2 seconds of the fourth quarter to cash in, and every point that they can get is key. Quincy had movement, and let's see, there's no flags listed. And they're going to say the rush is no good.
28,
As nothing is called on the play. 28-13, Quincy with the lead. Joe Donovan finishing off the Weymouth drive, and I'll tell you, that 2-point conversion play, we'll talk about it in a moment, is Taylor bounces one. DeBona brought down at the 36. Mike DeVincentis. Lexner in on the tackle. First and 10 Presidents started at the 37 with 9:52 left. And the officials, we get, because we're the Weymouth coaches right to my left, the officials claim that nobody was in the neutral zone, and it's a strange situation, because it looked as though that you could count about 4 Presidents sitting in the neutral zone as Kane getting to the far sidelines. Kane wrestled out of bounds at about the 46-yard line. Brian Scott just kept on pursuing the play and made the tackle, and it's be listed at the 45. It'll be second down and about a yard to go. But that 2-point conversion, 4 people came across, and no officials made the call. And You can almost put together a highlight package on some of these calls this year. Realistically, you know, the Wildcats have not done the job. As DePona brought down by Lynn Campbell, and Campbell threw him into Weymouth territory. First down, Quincy. DePona getting the run for the first down, but the situation, some of the calls this year have been unbelievable. You go back to opening game and the inadvertent whistle. I mean, you go back to Steve Kersey fumble a few weeks ago against Taunton, and that one goes up there with some of the great calls of all time. Is Bogan going nowhere. Shoot Cunningham was right in the hole along with Joe Donovan, the two. Just stood him up. And it was just like a wave of white shirts came crashing in to bring him down. And the loss of one, second down and 11. The Wildcats have made the mistakes themselves this year. They made a lot of them. That's the reason they're 1-4. But the fact of the matter is, some of the calls this year have been very, very strange. As Bartlett just trying to hit Clifford, who was open. Jimmy Taylor on the coverage, but Clifford was behind him. It'll be 3rd and 11. For the Weymouth defense, if they can come up with a play here on 3rd and 11, get themselves an opportunity to get the football back. Could be interesting. Bartlett, however, fires a strike to Bonner. First down, 40, or it'll be short. He'll be short. It'll be put down at the 41. 4th and 1 as Noel DePona with the reception, and Quincy will go for it on 4th and 1, and the Wildcats have to come up with a big defensive stand. Bogan crashes through. First down to the 35. Quincy just went behind their big offensive line and said, here we come, see if you can stop us. Wildcats just do not. First down at the 35, 7:55 and counting left in the game. Quincy 28, Weymouth 13, as the Presidents struck for 21 first quarter points. Toss pitch. DePona has trouble with it. Trying to turn the corner. Noel does run out of bounds. Michael Taylor runs him out of bounds. They'll put him down at about the 34-yard line. There's no gain on the play. Second down and 10. But DePona, a lot of pursuit. Brian Scott was in the backfield, but DePona seems to have that little extra. And his little extra gives him that opportunity to at least gain something out of the play, as the Bogan just ripping right up the middle. Bogan inside the 25 and down to the 21. And the Wildcats just were unable to chop him down, as Bogan just able to accelerate through the hole. And right now the Wildcats are just going to be able to stop him.
I'm only serious, man.
Down to the 18.
Next Friday night,
6:45 and counting.
and Silver Lake will play North Quincy here. Both games at 7.
28-13.
Silver Lake here against North
The
Quincy.
Presidents just trying to grind this one out. Wildcats just cannot put the stop to them. And it'll be 3rd down and 7 coming up.
Noel DePona.
DePona.
Also tomorrow afternoon.
Going absolutely nowhere.
Against John Bosco.
6 minutes to
Tomorrow
go
afternoon. Josh Quincy and John Bosco.
as the Wildcats
They will also play
trying
here
to hang
next
on.
Friday against Silver Lake.
3rd and 6. Bartlett has been able to use Clifford as his out man on those plays as he will roll left. Cunningham on the chase. Bartlett cuts it back with a marker down, and Bartlett inside the 15 to the 11. And it could be holding on Quincy. And the Wildcats
Holding against Quincy.
get an opportunity.
Penalty.
A holding call on the Presidents.
Still 3rd down.
A situation where the defense of Weymouth is trying to come up with the stop. But they are realistically running out of time. Bartlett should have had the pass completion to DeBona.
34.
Taylor on the coverage. DeBona had it in his hands, just couldn't hang on. It'll be 4th down.
Covered by Weymouth Jim Taylor.
For Wildcat defense, it's been a night where they've been on the field for a long time. .5:16 left. Quincy with the 1st down. They'll be in excellent shape in wrapping this one up. Bartlett just threw it way away from Kane, and the Wildcats hang on. 28-13, 5:11 left. And Weymouth having to go 72 yards. And I'd like to do it in a hurry because it would give them an opportunity to try to come back, but it would take a miracle, so to speak, as Stanton and the pressure going down. As Mark Stanton never ever had a chance at getting that football away. Quincy just having excellent pressure straight up the middle from Dave Bogan. He would not let Stanton get rid of the football. 2nd and 20.
Number 12, John Austin.
4:35 and counting left. 2nd down for the Wildcats and 20. And the President showing blitz. Stanton has his pass deflected by Steve Furnell. As Stanton went to make the throw, and Furnell was in his face. It'll be 3rd down and 19. For the Wildcats, Bridgewater Raynham on the horizon. Falmouth, Plymouth, and Thanksgiving Day with Brockton. This month of October has been very, very frustrating. Stanton airing it deep, and nobody there. As Quincy had every avenue covered, and Mark Stanton just had to throw the football away, and Stanton will be punting. 4:14 left. And the Presidents on their way to their 2nd victory of the season. And in fact, their 2nd straight victory. This has been very, very tough year for the Wildcats.
Noah DeBona is deep to receive.
Stanton. It's a line drive. And Adam Good puts his hands on it at the 46 with 4 minutes and 4 seconds
Quincy
left.
has the first down at the Weymouth 47.
And the booth up on the right, WJDA booth. Charles Ross and Tom Fitzgerald calling that game. WJDA and Charles Ross, 20th year broadcasting high school football. Good friend, and who says it's going to be his last year as well as Bogan.
Everybody knows about
Is check it, Debana gets it inside the 45 to the 41. Second down and 6. As the Presidents will look to grind it out and finish this one up at 28-13. Presidents doing it. All right, first 3 possessions. Big plays by Robbie Kane, the story in this one. Bogan gets about 2, maybe 3, and sets up a third and very short situation.
a recap of the scoring. Most of it was
3:20 and counting.
Mike Bartell threw a pass to the Parker, threw a pass to the flat. The left
3rd
side.
and 2 situation for the Presidents.
48, and Robbie King ran it in for a touchdown. Bill Devon kick made 7-0. With 5.5 minutes to go, a 57-yard pass from Mike Bartlett to Robbie King, which he caught
3rd and 2.
over his shoulder. 57 yards.
Debana first down inside the 35 down to the 31. Taylor on the tackle.
Kick the point after.
And Jimmy's been banged up the entire evening.
5:03 remaining in the
He's
first
trying to
quarter.
get this one out.
Mark Stevenson from Weymouth threw a 74-yard
Jimmy is just going to take a break. He's done everything he can do tonight, and
14-7.
you just look back. That first period, Robbie King did everything that you could ever ask anybody to do.
Again kicked the point after.
Kane
21-7.
at 144 yards of offense in the first period. He did all his work then as Debana gets knocked down at the line of scrimmage with 2:14 to go in the game. And the clock just ticking away. Presidents trying to grind it out.
Ryan Clifford ran 1 yard off left side.
This is the first period, each team with a touchdown. But it was Kane's damaging that first period. That was the story.
Minutes to go in the game. Joe Donovan ran for 1 yard. The point after was so good. And the score reads 28-13.
Debana on the pitch. Heading to the outside, and Debana run out of bounds by Adam Good at about the 26.
Adam Good.
Gain of 5, 3rd and 5 coming up for the Presidents. Yes, the Presidents will be 3-1 after this one. The Wildcats 1-5. And it doesn't get easier. Bridgewater Raynham. Falmouth has pulled some shocking upsets. Plymouth and Bridgewater beat a week ago, and what can you say about Brockton? Bogan just ripping up yardage, and the Presidents just grinding out the clock as they're just wearing out the Wildcats. Wildcat defense has been on the field a good amount of time in this one. Colta, nose tackle now, and some new white shirts. Minute 14 and counting left on this one. Quincy got the plays from Robbie Kane early. And they have just rolled by Weymouth High. Bogan not had the football separated from him. Ryan Scott tried to, but could not take the football away from him. Eddie Farrell also tried to take the football away, and they couldn't. 2nd and 7, and the Presidents
about the winning number is 912-125.
Heading on their way. It's just a matter of one more play, and Quincy will celebrate this victory.
If you have that raffle ticket, take it to the concession stand at the north end of the field.
And that will be the final play in this one. Quincy will win their second straight game, and the Wildcats just hit by 3 Robbie Kane big plays in the opening quarter. As the Presidents with the 3 big plays from Robbie Kane in the first period and never looked back as they took a 21-7 lead after one, and they just had too much tonight for the Wildcats. Robbie Kane in particular. A 48-yard run, a 57-yard touchdown pass reception, and a 39-yard pass reception set up a touchdown run in the first period, and it was all Quincy. 28-13, they defeat Weymouth. As that will do it from Veterans Stadium, the Presidents beat the Wildcats 28-13. Mark Ducharme saying good night from Veterans Stadium, and the Wildcats lose their 4th straight. Holding Weymouth, and they have pricked themselves constantly with those holding calls. And Coach Joe Kelly wants Mark Stanton to signal a timeout and discuss what is going on with the offense at the moment. The Wildcats will have a 1st and 20 when we come back. Defensive coordinator Ross Tatura is to be quite happy with this defense. Here in this third quarter, they have forced 3 turnovers. 1st and 20 for the Wildcat offense. They have just killed themselves. Holding consistently. Stanton to throw. Mark under pressure. Guns it away as he just tried to get it downfield. There's Mark Stanton looking for anybody to throw to, but he just got the football away as he was being brought down by the referee. 2nd down and 20. Brain trust to my left, trying like for anything to get this offense in gear.
2nd down, 21 yards to go.
2:35 to go, 3rd period, a long 3rd period. Stanton. Taylor can't hang on. And now